Hey guys, what's up? This is Justin David Lovato with My Two Cents, and I'm here with my boy Jonathan Philips from Max Muscle Huntington Beach. What's up, Jonathan?
What's up, my man? How are things?
Good, man. I'm glad to be here talking with you. It's been a little bit. A bit of a hiatus for me and Sean as well, so I'm glad to have you back on. A lot of people always have great questions for you, and it's great that you can answer them.
I'm here for you.
So we'll get right into it, but how you been besides all this supplement talk? Everything good?
Yeah, can't complain. It was actually good seeing you over Thanksgiving up in Gold's Gym. And people, I've actually been looking at some of your videos and some of your Instagram posts, and people are questioning, are you withering away?
I know, right?
Due to the vegan diet. And I would say contrary to the belief. I mean, you look darn well. You actually look way more athletic build with a bodybuild feature, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, Steph just said something similar just 20 minutes ago. She's like, man, your butt's looking bigger and your chest is looking bigger. And I'm like, I think that's just my waist looking smaller. Yeah. So those are all good things. Since starting the vegan program, which I think I started maybe 16 to 17 days ago now, just over 2 weeks into it, I'm retaining way less water. My stomach is way smaller. No bloat. I feel really good on it too. Like as far as energy wise goes, it's unbelievable. I didn't think I would notice too much of a difference, honestly, because I was pescatarian before. I didn't think it was going to be that much of a jump, but because I'm consuming these salads now to fill my stomach, because that's what you gotta. It's amazing. Like the vegetables alone have done so much for me physically and mentally. It's outstanding.
Well, it's funny that you say that because, one of the things that I've learned about you is you're not a big reader.
Yeah, you know, right? It's awful. It's awful.
Where Steph and I are actually very good readers, and we like the research, but you like doing the putting it to the test and see if it'll work more so. And I actually did some homework myself on your salads, and I think you're going to be shocked, as well as everyone else listening, you're getting in way more dosages of some of the questions people are asking. Are you getting zinc? Are you getting omegas? How do you stay this? Your salads are the perfect example of what to eat. And when we start breaking them down with some of these questions, I think it's even going to shock you, some of the information I got for you.
That's awesome, man. I'm so excited to hear it. Yeah, it's pretty radical. It's everybody keeps always asking the question like the energy or how am I getting my protein and even I didn't even think to add up my protein intake on those salads that I have, and I'm getting 20 grams of protein and I was like, oh man, I don't even need to. I was taking in more protein than even I thought I was.
Right.
So it's I'm excited to see what you have for me as far as the salad talk goes.
Sure.
It'll be pretty cool. So we put out a little post today, try to get some of the questions that you guys may have, and I've been doing the live feed, and I get a lot of similar questions, and it's great that Jonathan's here because he can answer almost all of them. Or all of them. And we'll just start right off the bat. Creatine, what does it do, and is it worth really buying? And we can just break it down.
Creatine's a cell volumizer. So what it does is 90% of muscle pretty much is water. So it's going to draw in water, it's going to draw in nutrients, it's going to draw blood into the muscle and help with the conversion of ADP to ATP, which is cellular energy. Is it necessary? Depends what you're doing. Would I give creatine to a runner? Absolutely not, because chances are they'll probably cramp. As all the water is going into the muscles, there may be an electrolyte deficiency, which they may cramp. If you're a power lifter or just bodybuilder, sure, it'll definitely help with explosive energy. It really just depends on what their goals are. And I want to preface the beginning of our conversation with, unless you know Justin or have seen Justin's videos, the guy trains hard. The guy's an absolute beast. Does he need creatine in his training if he wanted to take it? Absolutely. Everyone that takes supplements, you have to be honest with yourself and what is your goal and I mean, how intense do you train?
Right. Yeah.
You know, I'm a normal guy. I'm 6'2", 250. By no means am I small, but I don't train anywhere near the degree in which you do.
Yeah,
you know, I'm there just to work the muscle and get as strong as I can. But your new program that I watched you do over Thanksgiving, I got tired watching you do it.
Yeah, that was a solid program. That was a lot of fun. I've been using it for the last 3 weeks now. It's fantastic.
So I mean, it's people got to be honest with themselves. If they're a recreational 2 to 3 times a week, go through the movements and text people while they're training, probably not. If you're serious about making some gains, it's something that you can definitely get into, and you'd be all right.
Best time to take creatine, what do you think?
30 minutes before training and immediately thereafter.
What are the normal doses, would you say?
If you take monohydrate, 5 grams. And the reason it's 5 grams, it's poor bioavailability in the body. So maybe 2 or 3 grams actually gets absorbed, which is why if some people do take monohydrate and their stomach is upset, that's one reason why. Usually I'll suggest that, or Creapure, which is a micronized buffered monohydrate, and that is 2.5 grams clinical dose.
All right, cool. Well, there you have it, guys. And so one of the questions that I get a lot is branch chain aminos and essentials amino acids. And people would like to know, I mean, let's just break it down, the purposes and the differences between the two. So I guess we'll get into the purpose of each one.
Well, the purpose of branch chains, there's 9 amino acids that make up the complete protein. And the top 3 are leucine, isoleucine, and valine. And what those do are several things, but one, they keep you in positive nitrogen retention so your body won't use lean muscle tissue for fuel, which is why a lot of people will use them on a fasted cardio or first thing in the morning. The fasted cardio, is it truly fasted? I mean, you haven't eaten, but studies have shown that there's 6 to 7 calories per gram of branch chain, and you're doing 5 grams, so you can be looking at anywhere between 30 and 40 calories, which isn't going to hurt anybody.
Right.
If it's something that you normally do as part of your program, you kind of don't need to add them into your diet because you've always done them. So that's not going to be a big factor in change. It helps with like a mental cognition, a brain energy, if you will. But it's a fuel if you don't want to eat. Some of the other amino acids, essential amino acids, are other amino acids that you have to bring in through food. And I mean, I don't know. If you can't eat, you can utilize the branch chains. But amongst anything, as you know, food is key.
Yeah, food is always key for sure.
Food is the king. And I own a supplement store, and I've had my store for over 10 years. And I think one of the reasons that we're successful is we don't lie.
Yeah, right.
If you don't need it, we'll tell you we don't need it. But a lot of people don't have time to eat. A lot of people, look at some of these Instagram fitness icons or real fitness icons, and that's their job. So every day they have a structured, I'm going to the gym this time, I'm going to eat this, I'm going to do that. Well, if you're a 9 to 5er or these days a 9 to 10er,
right?
You're training at midnight and you don't have time to eat. Supplements are definitely necessary to get your body to where it needs to go, just to function properly.
Do you want to explain the differences between the BCAAs and then the essential amino acids real quick?
Well, the BCAAs is those are the main ones. Essential amino acids, I mean, you can use, phenylalanine, thiamine, threonine, a variety of different amino acids, methionine. But if you don't have the top 3, you're not going to be guaranteed sparing muscle tissue for fuel.
All right, cool. The amino energy supplements out there, I don't know much about them because I don't know. Yeah, I've seen some of the bottles, the amino energy supplements. Is that a supplement brand or is that like an actual thing?
No, it's a product of companies.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha.
So they'll put in amino acids and they'll put in some type of stimulant usually. I mean, it's everything. If it's not dosed correctly, it's really not going to do anything.
Yeah, okay.
So you're basically you're getting caffeine, so you're going to feel good, You're going to have some mental focus, but are the aminos actually doing something? I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Who knows? Depends on the company.
Right. As far as BCAAs, people drinking them before, during, after workouts. I've done all three in the past. I'm sure that's probably what you have too. Like you got to see the guys with the gallon jugs, and they're just sipping through and during the workout and after the workout. What is your take on it?
I'm drinking them right now, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I typically do, guys. If I can't get a meal in, like he said, if I'm on the go, or even if I'm feeling a little hungry or a little flat before my first fasted training session, I usually do some BCAAs, and that's how I roll with it.
And not only that, it also replaces any sugar cravings you may have.
Oh, yeah.
Because the one that I gave you is 100% natural flavor with stevia, but it still has a little bit of a watermelon taste to it. So if you happen to crave something or want something sweet, not want to stick your fingers in a chocolate pie, you can definitely
yeah, right. That's true.
Drink those without having to worry about putting on any weight or anything.
I guess we went over through that kind of in the last question. Was it sufficient to replace protein with aminos? And you said, yeah, if you're on the go, but definitely not all the time. Is that something you want to get in practice of?
Replace protein with aminos?
Yeah.
Negative,
right?
Oh, because protein is 9 essential amino acids that form a complete protein for your protein source for the building block of your body. Branch chains are 3 of those 9. So it's asking, do you want a car with 4 wheels or 1?
That's a great metaphor.
You may go down the hill okay on 1 tire, but 4 is going to be a whole hell of a lot better.
That's a great way to put it. All right. One of the biggest questions I get is people who do not like vegetables. A lot of people getting down the greens, they see these salads, they're not very appealing to them, I guess.
Right.
But getting in greens, what's the best way to get them in if you can? Are there a supplement for that or a good multivitamin? And talk about fiber and how important it is.
Okay, well, if I don't like greens, what can I do? I think the biggest question is, what I've seen on your feed is, Justin, I don't like the flavor of vegan protein. What is your answer all the time?
It's the same thing. It's like I'm not really trying to, I guess, eat for the taste of it. A lot of times I'm eating to fuel my body.
Exactly. So eat your vegetables.
Right.
Now, you're not doing it for taste. And once again, it comes back to, what are you doing this for?
Yeah, what are you doing it for? That's a great answer.
This is a health thing. Once again, I own a supplement store, but I deal in fitness and health, not bodybuilding, not competitions, fitness and health, which will be around forever. If you can't have greens because you don't have a refrigerator or running water, then yes, there are green supplements that are out there. There's several actually that some actually contain a multivitamin as well. I actually carry 4 different ones for those people who don't like taste. I have 2 that taste like grass. I have 1 that tastes like fruit punch, and I have 1 that tastes like an acai berry.
Ooh,
so I do have options on that. But I mean, once again, why can't you eat them? There has to be a better reason I don't like the taste.
Yeah, and guys, it goes a little deeper too for all you protein eaters that are eating just in abundance and you're not going to change. You need those vegetables more than anything to help with the absorption and keeping that healthy gut going. And so if you guys, a lot of these bodybuilders, I think you guys see with these giant guts, these big muscle guts, I truly think it's from the acidity in their stomach, the inflammation, that just it's just not working well because they don't actually eat their vegetables and they're just eating a bunch of protein.
It's the amount of food that's in their stomach.
Yeah,
too.
that too, right? It's
but also saying, I want to get the benefits of the vegetables without eating them. Well, I mean, what do they call you? The quad father?
Quad god.
Quad god. So, Justin, I want to get quads as big as yours, but I don't want to do squats.
Right. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
How do I do that? I mean, that's
right.
So
it is plainly put, guys. It's as simple as that. So, like, other people that don't want to eat vegetables just eat them because they work. It's what it is.
Or blend them into a smoothie. Put fruit
too. Yeah, there's plenty of ways to fucking take them, and I guess you got to just do it. Not fucking worry about it so much. But fiber content, is there usually with these supplements, these veggie supplements, is usually fiber with that, or is that something separate?
There's some. Usually it's separate if you want to get enough. The daily recommended allotment is 25 to 30 grams of fiber. You're going to be shocked how much you eat, by the way.
I'm imagining quite a bit.
Quite a bit, yeah.
I feel amazing from eating that much, too. Like, absolutely amazing eating that much fiber.
You, as well as your listeners, will understand why you have plenty of energy and you're feeling great.
I'm excited.
But 25 to 30 grams. Don't worry about soluble versus insoluble fiber.
What is the difference with that? I don't even know.
So, soluble fiber mixes in water. Insoluble does not.
That's it?
That's it. So the difference is insoluble doesn't digest. So it just pushes whatever's in there through.
Okay.
Okay, and when it does that, it also grabs onto any plaque that's sitting inside your small intestine and kind of grabs that out as well.
Okay.
That's why they say oatmeal is so good. Oatmeal is one of them. Artichokes are one of them that don't really digest through your body.
Interesting. Okay.
Soluble fiber, what that does is that mixes with water, but it basically turns into a gel. So you actually have a stool versus a crime scene.
Interesting. Wow, I didn't know that. That's huge. What is it? Your vegetables with the gel that breaks it down?
A majority of them are coming from grains.
Okay. Good to know.
A lot of times when you see like fortified cereal or fortified grains, it's coming from that. Beans have a lot, but oatmeal and beans you'll see will be both soluble and insoluble. Don't really worry about what you're getting in because the majority will be insoluble. Just get in the fiber.
Interesting. All right. Good to know.
And the importance of that, let me ask you this question. How hungry are you through the day after your salads?
Not very. Everyone always talked about. What's funny is you asked that. I'm actually fine. I feel great. I feel full. And then other people are like, man, once I eat a salad, I'm hungry for the rest of the day. So I don't know. Maybe it's what they're putting in their salads, possibly spiking their insulin levels and shit like that. But for me, I feel very satisfied. Very satisfied.
Well, it's not so much an insulin deal as it's the fiber, and you're loaded in fiber, so it's controlling blood sugar, so you're not getting hungry, which is why you have consistent energy. So consistent energy with what you're actually putting into your salad, which I'll tell you in a little bit, with your coffee or whatever you do with that. I mean, you're ready to roll.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right, so more of the supplement talk. A lot of times people don't know what time to take their supplements, or with food or without food. So I guess we can get into a few of them. Okay. Obviously a good multivitamin. When's the best time to take a good multivitamin?
Always with food. Every time you take anything, always take it with food. Everything will say take on an empty stomach. That's just for absorption reasons, but a lot of people don't have good bacteria in their stomach. You can get upset stomachs, nausea, anything. So always take your vitamins and anything with some type of food. Not a turkey dinner, but some type of food just to help it along. A lot of it deals with the absorption, which when we go into your salad, you can understand a little bit more on that. But always with some type of food.
What are your thoughts on when to take them? Does it matter as long as it's with food? Is it at night, when you wake up, in the middle of the day? Should be splitting some of these pillars. So say you're supposed to take 2 B vitamins. Is it better to split them up? It depends.
Yeah, I'd split them up because the whole purpose of B vitamins for the most part, one is energy, 2 is it helps break down the utilization of fat and carbohydrates for fuel.
Okay.
So you want to take those with your meals, just so you can help your metabolism break them down pretty much.
Good to know. Do you good B vitamin offhand for all the vegans out there?
Eat them.
Eat them.
Yeah. We'll get into all of that.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, this was a good question. The importance of vitamin D and what do deficiencies lead to?
Problems. So, the biggest thing with vitamin D, this is a big one as far as you're concerned, and let me start off our conversation with this. How old are you, Justin?
33.
When did you start this vegan diet of yours?
17 days ago, 16, 17 days ago.
So not 33 years ago?
No.
Okay. So I would believe that you would probably not be the size that you are currently or the feeling that you have now had you started as a vegan.
Right.
And some of the comments that I'm seeing on your posts and stuff, I've switched to vegan, I'm doing this. That's great for health purposes, but it is age related. Okay. And the reason that I bring that up is if you have young kids going to do a vegan lifestyle and things of that nature, they have to have some of these vitamins and minerals in their body that come from animals to start with.
Right.
If they're not going to eat animals, that's okay, but then they have to supplement with them. It's vital. You're already a grown man. You're already built. Your body already knows what it's doing. So for you, it's not that big a deal. At a younger age, I definitely would be concerned with getting things in. But the whole point of vitamin D, for the most part, is it helps with the absorption of calcium and phosphorus to help promote bone health and bone growth, as well as immune function, teeth strength, things of that nature. But by having it in our bodies, it's shown that it can help. I don't know if it can help protect completely against cancer, obviously not, but it can help ward off some. It helps with heart disease. It helps with diabetes. It helps with a lot of mental cognitive functions, because a lack of vitamin D, one of the biggest things is depression. A huge deal from depression. And you see, Seattle, I think, is like the suicide capital of America.
No sunshine out there.
There's no sunshine up there. A lot of them because it's depressing. Well, depressing is a state of mind, but they're never getting any vitamin D pretty much. I used to live up there. And if you're not getting it in your diet, it's true. I mean, it can link to depression.
I use the tanning beds for that still. The tanning beds we have nowadays supply a great amount of vitamin D. I go once every 3 days just to get it, and I feel it way better immediately when I get out if I can't get any sun through the week.
If you are going to supplement with it, though, there's 3 different types of vitamin Ds. But vitamin D2 comes from plants, and vitamin D3 comes from animals. That's proven to be more effective. So if you are going to supplement with vitamin D, do it D3.
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 What animals?
D3 comes from animals. D2 comes from plants.
Oh, sorry. D3 comes from plants. Okay.
Yeah, and the reason being is humans are animals. So our bodies know how to break down or can recognize an amino acid structure more so than a plant.
Interesting.
So,
does vitamin? I think you got into it. Does the vitamin D deficiencies cause other deficiencies?
Yeah,
for sure. Everything it seemed like you were talking about.
Well, if you don't want to be depressed, whack down some vitamin D.
Dietary cholesterol, is it bad? Yes. Is it necessary? And does it affect hormone productions?
Does cholesterol is the building block to testosterone. Okay. I mean, you have to have cholesterol in your body to make testosterone. But our bodies are kind of cool things. If you ingest a ton of cholesterol, our body won't make it, and it will use the food that we have and you make whatever it needs, our body needs from that dietary cholesterol. Okay. If you don't bring in enough cholesterol, our body will make it through the liver. So it's a checks and balances one way or the other. The problem with that, though, is a lot of people that eat cholesterol are also eating saturated fats that have been fried or some other things. So it's not so much the cholesterol, it's the actual food in which they're eating, which is bad.
Oh, okay. That makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I mean, the best food, hands down, cholesterol-wise, and one of the best foods you can eat are eggs. That's like the superfood.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah.
But no, it doesn't make a difference. If you eat a lot of it, your body won't make it. If you don't eat enough, your body will make it. So it's good either way.
Very cool.
Yeah.
You know what? Common question: how much protein should someone take? And obviously, it comes down to just an equation if you want to know the person's digits and whatnot. But on just to go by body weight, you would say if they don't do that.
Normal male, I would do a gram of protein per pound of body weight, unless you're obese. Women probably anywhere from 0.6 to 0.8 grams per pound of body weight. I mean, if you have a 500-pound guy who's obese, he's obviously not having 500 grams of protein.
Right.
But a normal, guy who's within relative body fat, a gram per pound.
Yeah, that's what I figured always too. Some of these bodybuilders, more so, they're trying to take around two grams, but because they're carrying obviously more muscle. Does that make sense?
That and I mean they're also taking products that help with protein synthesis, so they're able to
break it down and digest
it down a bit better. And I actually have products. I have 2 products that do the exact same thing naturally now in my store. Yeah.
Fucking A. I think we nailed every question on here right now.
Easy.
That's badass. Let's go over that salad, man.
Okay.
I'm interested.
Here's a fun fact. So I brought everything down. The one thing that I would be leery of for you, even though you're 33, is one thing that we do need in our bodies that we do not get from a vegan diet is B12.
Correct.
B12 comes from animals.
Okay.
And what is the importance of B12? Well, it helps to maintain the health of nerves, your brain. It's responsible for the creation of red blood cells. That's what B12 does. So if you're not eating meat, I would highly recommend that you do a B12 supplement, and generally the dosage is 1,000 micrograms a day.
All right.
It's huge. One of the things with it, is if you're deficient in B12, you can be anemic, which kind of makes sense because you're not having any animals.
Right.
But it also will impair brain function. And there's been some studies where it can be one of the factors leading to Alzheimer's disease because B12 deals a lot with the brain. So it's a simple thing. You can do B12 shots. You can do B12 1,000 microgram pills. So that's one thing that you're not getting.
So for the listeners out there, as far as like eating meat, or say someone was trying to be as vegan as possible, how often would you recommend them to eat maybe an animal protein source if they were to weekly, bi-weekly? When do you think, or do you have that type of information?
If you're doing what you're doing, because I think you mentioned one time that you really wouldn't be opposed to eating eggs if you owned the chickens and you saw
right.
what they're eating and all that. Funny fact on that, my brother used to live in Seattle and he had a chicken coop. And in his neighborhood, he can only have 3 chickens. So before you start the Lovato chicken farm,
right?
You got to check with your city and how many you're
chickens
actually allowed
I can have.
to have.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I would just say if you want to be as clean as possible, I would do, eggs 2 times a week.
Right.
Maybe.
Okay.
Just to get that in, and you don't really have to worry about it.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So there's a few different options there for you guys. All right. Let's hear it.
Okay, so here's the cool thing, and some things that I read on the on your feed today when you were live is how do you do everything that you do? How do you stay full? How are you feeling good? Is zinc important? They're all great things, but other than you having your spinach and all the fun things with that are going to have B vitamins. A ton of antioxidants, ton of polyphenols for anti-inflammatory. Avocados, my friend. You said you're doing 2 of those puppies.
I know. I actually just decided yesterday that I was going to not eat so many of them. I was like, maybe I'll just do 1 because I was having so many fucking fats. So I pulled 1 out actually just recently. But yes.
Okay. So your only harm in eating the avocado is just calorie-wise, which isn't even that high in calories. And or fat. So a normal avocado is 6 ounces. That's pretty much standard.
Okay.
So 1 ounce of avocado is only 50 calories and 4.5 grams of fat. So a whole avocado, you're looking at like 8, 12, 26 grams of fat for a normal avocado.
Right.
And you're looking at about 300 calories. So it's not actually all that bad.
Okay.
But the good news, loaded with vitamin K, C, E, B5, B6, and folate. So you're getting all your B vitamins, and you're getting some pretty good vitamins. But it is extremely low in saturated fat and extremely high in monounsaturated fat, which is what we want.
Nice.
A lot of people are looking for energy. What can I use for energy? And you hear a marathon runner saying, I take bananas because of the potassium. There is a whole hell of a lot more potassium in an avocado than there is in a banana. So as far as your pumps go, as far as the gym is concerned, with everything else that you're eating, you have a positive electrolyte balance. So the water is being able to flow freely through your muscles. And when you're training, it's getting pushed into your muscles more so because of the electrolytes that you're using with that.
Beautiful. I knew that too. I'm just joking.
and with avocados, out of 100%, 77% of total calories are coming from fats, and they come from a fat called an oleic acid, which is also found in olive oil, which is extremely helpful for two things: heart health and low inflammation.
Beautiful.
So your joints should be feeling good.
They do feel good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. They do feel good.
The other fun part with that is 7 grams of fiber.
Yeah, I know. The thing's loaded.
Okay? So if you did 2 of those with your salad, you're getting your daily allotment in one salad.
That's true.
So I'm assuming you're probably regular as well.
Dude, it's the best. This last 17 days, it's been so regular. It's pleasant. It's unbelievable.
Yes. And when I heard you say something that you don't need to take probiotics because you feel you have positive gut health and everything's doing pretty good.
Yes.
Well, soluble fiber feeds gut bacteria.
Oh, there you go.
And you're getting that through your avocado. So
Beautiful.
That's one of the benefits with the avocado. However, another beautiful thing with avocado is because it's a fat, it helps with the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. So your body is getting more A, D, E, and K through your avocados that you're eating with all the rest of your food.
Man, that's a pretty beautiful food.
We're not even done yet.
Oh,
lowers cholesterol, lowers your triglycerides, lowers your LDL, your bad cholesterol, and it raises your HDL.
I probably should keep that second avocado in there.
or just put it in another time of the day.
Yeah, exactly. Split them up. Sounds good.
And then here's another cool thing. Zinc. Zinc is one of the ingredients in ZMA. And a lot of people take it at night and it helps and all these fun things. Testosterone production, sleep, yada, yada, yada. Well, that's fantastic. No one knows really why they're taking it. Except you, my friend. What seeds do you put in your salad, may I ask?
Walnuts, almonds, and pumpkin seeds.
Any flax seeds?
Yeah, we were gonna add those. I need to add those. I keep forgetting them at the store, but yeah, flax seeds as well.
Okay, and you do a quarter cup, right?
Yeah, a quarter cup of each.
So a quarter cup is 2 ounces for those listening out there. You need to have 11 men. Men need to have 11 milligrams of zinc a day. My friend Justin is getting 12.81 milligrams of zinc per salad through pumpkin seeds and flax seeds.
Oh, beautiful.
One of the major benefits to pumpkin seeds is better sleep at night.
I'm having a salad tonight right before bed. I'm pumped now. Dude, and they taste unbelievable. The pumpkin seeds.
They're fantastic.
They're so fucking good. They're my favorite out of all of them. Pumpkin seeds are the best.
So you're going to sleep better at night. They're high in omega-3, so those that aren't going to be eating fish on your diet, they're great for omega-3s, and they stabilize blood sugar and another anti-inflammatory for you.
Beautiful.
So your joints and everything, how that's going is good. You've got onions in there, which are anti-cancerous, anti-inflammatory. The avocado oil is the same benefits of avocado.
And I just added walnut oil too. It's so fucking good.
So everything that you're doing as far as your salad, you're getting in your daily allotment of fiber per salad. You're getting in your daily allotment of zinc. As far as protein goes, I got a fun factoid for you. I think, and I'd probably imagine our listeners would say your favorite animal is an elephant. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, my favorite is a lowland mountain gorilla. More so the silverback.
Right.
So I did some information, some studies on a silverback. How much do you weigh?
Right at the moment, 260.
Okay, the average silverback is 500 pounds.
Dang.
Okay?
Yeah.
So when people say, how does a silverback stay so jacked and look so big and all they do are eat vegetables? Well, here's the answer. They eat 60 pounds of vegetables a day.
All
60.
right. Is that a challenge? Jeez.
No, I'm saying.
I know, right? That's a lot.
So you are half of that. So all you would have to eat would be 30 pounds, okay, of vegetables a day to resemble a silverback mountain gorilla. But in all the vegetables that you eat, I guarantee you eat 5 to 6 pounds already.
Yeah, I eat quite a bit. Yeah, those
with
bowls
the
are
vegan
huge.
protein that you use, that probably puts you at like 10 pounds of vegetable protein a day.
It's a good chance.
Which is pretty darn good.
Yeah. And I do the vegan patties.
Yeah.
That's all pea plant-based protein. Yeah.
Oh, so that was a question that we had too. I saw today. Difference between pea protein, rice protein, hemp protein.
Oh, thank you. Yes, yeah.
So the difference is the majority of vegetable proteins are not a complete protein. Okay?
Right.
Animal proteins are complete. And what that means are out of the 9 amino acids that make up a complete protein, some of the veggie proteins are missing some of those amino acids.
Right.
Those amino acids are histidine, your branch chains leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Then you have lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, and tryptophan. All animal products have all those 9.
Okay.
Vegetable ones do not. So you'll see in a lot of protein powders, they use a mixture of pea protein and brown rice protein. And the reason being is what the pea protein is lacking in, the brown rice has. And what the brown rice is lacking in, the pea has.
Nice.
So you combine those together, and those are giving you the complete protein.
I like it.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. Can you tell me which ones are missing from the plant?
Yeah, well, the big one is lysine. And a lot of people may know lysine if they have cold sores. That's one of the amino acids or products you can take that helps fight against cold sores. But it's one of the top amino acids you have to have. And rice protein is extremely low in lysine, which is basically used for all cell growth and bone health. And pea protein is extremely high in lysine. So you're putting those two together. They both already have the branch chain, just at low dosages.
Right.
So they kind of buffer each other out, and they can make a complete protein, which is why the protein that I use, you like the Garden of Life because it doesn't contain stevia. Is that correct?
Yeah. It's completely unflavored.
Right. And so the other one that I use personally, amongst some of the dairy ones that I use, is the HPN line, where I carry, once again, the entire line of high performance nutrition. Theirs is cool because theirs has the exact same amino acid profile and branch chains as a dairy protein. And per scoop, you're looking at 20 grams of protein versus a normal 10, 11, and 12 gram per scoop for the same scoop size of other plant protein. So there's
I remember you saying that before. That's another great brand that's good to use. I throw that in there probably once a day out of the three or four shakes that I have.
Right.
So that one, I remember you mentioned that in the last podcast, how they're able to mimic that.
And I have a lot of people that call me and ask where I can get these products from. And I heard you talking to Sean, so shout out to Sean real quick. That guy gives me a lot of love. That guy's great. Here's the difference between mine and your podcast and yours and Sean podcast is the mushrooms that you eat with me are for your salad.
I know, right?
The mushrooms that you talk about with Sean are for your psychedelics.
Totally different. Both good for you. Both good for you, but totally different, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so funny.
But all the products that I have, obviously, because people tell me you can You can find them online. You can do all that, but mine are the exact same price as you would find online, except you're getting 10% off through your podcast and free shipping. So
Bam.
If you want to talk to me and get all those great, a couple shout outs that you don't even know about. I have one client in San Diego. His name's Peter, who's ordered about 4 times from me. He's a mainstay on the podcast, loves all your podcasts.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And I got one guy, I don't even know where Plattsville, Wisconsin is, but Cole out there calls me all the time, and he's ordered a bunch of times too. So
that's awesome.
We ship everywhere. And just, if you want the answers, you can call me and we ship.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just so good to have someone like you that can help inform a lot of these people, because people don't realize the importance of taking not only what's real, but also what's healthy.
Absolutely.
A lot of these companies nowadays, they're not in your best interest, and the people selling them to you are not in your best interest. They're just trying to make money in the end. So that's why I go through Jonathan, and that's why I send everyone to Jonathan no matter what, because it's about our health in the end. We got to keep it real as much as we can. It's about, that shit.
100%.
Anything else you had to add, my homie?
I think the biggest thing too, what people say, why did you switch to vegan, or why?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Switching from animal products, and 100% absorption.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying too, is that alone, like I mentioned this in the past so many times, when people would even do like a dirty bulk meal or something like that, and they would feed with McDonald's for a bulk, and I never understood that. And I'd always be like, listen, why wouldn't you bulk with an organic steak and mashed potatoes? Something that your body will absorb and actually use, as opposed to these fake artificial foods and flavors. And that's why I started working with Jonathan, is because that's something that I was always obsessed with, is finding a product that was what it was, that says what it was. And that way my body can actually absorb actual food and actual things that are real, as opposed to a lot of the stuff that's out there. It's just not what it is, and your body can absorb it, and it actually inflames it and causes problems. So when you actually do eat your real food, it's having trouble breaking down and getting processed. And
sure.
And that's where I'm at. That's what I realized. And I realized that if my body can absorb at this maximum level, which is what it's doing, I don't even need to eat as much food as everyone thinks they need to. I utilize all what I'm eating, and it's plenty. It's really cool.
100% true. And also too is because you've eliminated a lot of the animal products as far as absorbability. Plants and vegetables, for the most part, are minimum 80%. 80%. Absorbed into the body, and the reason the rest isn't is because it's fiber.
Yeah,
fiber that your body doesn't absorb. Where when you're talking animal products, when you talk like a steak, that's about 50% absorbed.
Yeah.
The rest oxidizes, goes away through waste. Chicken and turkey about 60 and 70%, and fish is about 90%. So you're basically eating the absorbability of fish without eating the fish. Which kind of leads me into why should you eat fish, and this is a big thing too, is of the EPA and the DHA, which are the omega-3s you're getting from the fish, which are huge for cardiovascular health.
Yeah.
So what can you do on your vegan side, and that's where you want to use flax seeds.
Yeah, the flax seeds and the walnut oil and stuff like that for those omega-3s.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason behind that is the flaxseed is a great source of ALA, which is alpha linoleic acid, which is a precursor to D3, not D2.
No.
So it's something in our bodies that it's not as effective as an animal D3, but if you refuse to go that route, if you start smashing flax seeds, not only for protein, but as well as the omega-3, and it does have the precursor to D3, it'll definitely help. So
that's good to know. Yeah, because that was my biggest concerns, and again, about the vegan program that I'm running, and everybody's been kind of like paying attention to it. My concerns were obviously the B12 and the omega-3s, which are hard to get through plants, and the B12 you can't find it in plants at all, so you have to find a good supplement, or every now and then have eggs or fish.
Right. Or with your omegas, you're looking for DHA. That's the big one. And in your salad, you're 4 for 4 pretty much. Flax seeds, chia, walnuts, and spinach.
Oh yeah, perfect.
So I mean, you're knocking that out with that. But back to the meat. A lot of times too, actually with bad food, with gluten, you've cut gluten out completely as well.
Yeah.
And my fiance pretty much has celiac disease, and what happens is if you have a gluten sensitivity, the cilia in your small intestine become paralyzed, so you can't absorb the nutrients. So you're tired all the time, you're lethargic, you have no energy, and you're self-medicating with caffeine all day long, and you're not really getting anything done. So, I mean, everything you're doing, whether you knew it or not, is fantastic.
Yeah.
Hence the results.
It's it was baby steps in the making. It kept going with the felt right. For me, at first, was like cutting out the abundance of red meat I was eating, because I was eating it quite a bit. And then it was cutting out completely, and then just doing the fish and eggs. And then, and like I've mentioned before, I'm not about the vegan. I'll even get into reason why I went vegan. Like I still will probably most likely do fish and eggs when my body feels like it needs it. If I can't get proper supplementation through supplements, I will still be doing eggs and fish once in a blue moon. The reason why, I'll get into it real quick, the reason why I decided to go one for mental clarity, and I think I can reach my physical goals as far as bodybuilding, if you will, faster and more efficient with this vegan approach. And as we just broke it down for you, I think Jonathan agrees. And the other reason is just for the environment purposes. I've done some of the research on it and watched a few docs that have opened up my eyes to see what I want to contribute my money to. And, so anything that's destroying the environment, I'm trying to not put money towards that. And then obviously the animal abuse and stuff like that. Everybody's seen those shitty videos and they just suck. So again, the same thing is if I can find a responsible farm that actually has free range stuff, and then yeah, maybe I'll go down that route one day. But if I can get my stuff through supplementation and plants and vegetables, that's what I'm trying to do, for as of now. And just because I feel great on it mentally and physically. So right. Those are the reasons why, guys.
And to help, people say, well, all the organic stuff's expensive. Well, Sean on one of your podcasts made a great point. Don't buy the other ones.
Yeah, right.
So if you don't buy the junk, the organic will come down in price because it's a commodity right now.
It's true.
But if everyone wants it and they don't buy the other ones, trust me, markets will not spend money on the junk if no one's going to buy it.
Yeah, that's plain and simple, just the way it is. And guys, it's one thing you're going to invest in yourself. It's the same thing when people come to your shop, and they go, well, this is more expensive. And it's like, well, it's fucking real. It's just what it is, guys. So it's not more expensive. It's real. Like what you're buying, the other shit that they're buying, and the food that you're buying that's been fucked with every fucking which way. I mean, you're putting that literally into your body, and this is the stuff we're talking about when it comes to supplementation. That's why I have Jonathan on here, because it's real supplementation, and we're talking about real food and all that jazz, because it's what we are made of. You are what you eat. You are what you ingest, for sure.
100%. And if you're not gonna get it with food, you use supplements, or supplements necessary. Exactly. Like for you, the only thing I'd give you, minus what I give you for some of your cardio stuff, would just be B12. Other than that, you're getting in everything. Yeah.
I was just telling Steph the last few days, I'm like, I wonder, I even Googled, I'm like, can I get my B12 through any plants? And we're looking through, and we're like, fuck, I can't. And I'm like, all right, well, and then I even had the thought, I'm like, well, are the vitamins as good as food? And I don't know that. I don't know if you know that, but
no.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But I was trying to hopefully maybe wish it was. And so that's another thing that I know that I'll come to a cross path with guys is when I feel like I need that little bit. That's why I asked Jonathan on here earlier, is like, what would be appropriate to get the essential nutrition for B12 is it once or twice a week? Because if I do need the animal protein, I want to try to do it as minimal as possible.
Sure.
So there you have it. So that's what I wound up being. But man, this has been a great cast. This was a lot of fun, dude. There's a lot of great questions and awesome answers, Jonathan. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And let me do our little fucking sponsor shout out. And guys, we had him on today, Jonathan Philips, owner of Max Muscle Huntington Beach. Fully tested products that are NSF tested, MLB, NFL, banned substance control groups, Olympic worldwide doping agency. It's safe for sport, NCAA and QIG tested. Exclusive brands only found at Max Muscle Huntington Beach. Extremely knowledgeable. Jonathan Philips is here. He can show you what's up. It's right down the beach from the Pacific Ocean, guys. And you can reach him at 657-464-9905. I also find him on Instagram on HB Max Muscle. That's at HB Max Muscle. And Jonathan, man, it's always a pleasure having you on.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, appreciate it. I love the knowledge that you can drop on everybody. And it's just real shit, and it's just not out there. It's not available. And it's hard for people like me because this helps me out, too, to learn because I'm not a big reader, like you said.
Right.
And even if you go and you Google stuff, you get so many different things out there. You don't know what's credible. You don't know what to actually believe in or who's trying to sell you shit on there. So that's why I never jump on there. So it's great having you to just ask questions, too.
And this is what you should get when you go into a supplement store, because this is what you get when you come into mine.
Yeah, and that's true. That's just, and a bunch of my clients have actually gone through Jonathan, and they've even traveled up there an hour drive and said what's up to him, and that's really cool. So just like pay attention to what they were talking about, guys, because it can go pretty far. And yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, till next time, take it easy. Check out the YouTube videos. This will also be up on the YouTube channel. I'm going to put this one up hopefully tomorrow. So I'm going to actually put this on SoundCloud and YouTube, guys. So check it out. I am built. And thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.